Hello everyone, it's Mrs. P. I am here to do my budget for the first week of June. Typically I would have done my monthly closeout for the month of May 1st, but because it's not quite the end of May yet, I am still waiting on some things to clear and just to get the final numbers before I make a debt payment. So anyway, I am just waiting on a few things like that. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead and do my budget for the first week of June. I did go ahead and do my monthly plan. So I'm really kind of ready for this anyway. And we don't roll over money from month to month. What we have saved, we put to savings, and everything else goes to debt once all the bills and expenses have been paid for the month. And so that's how I do things. So anyway, that will come, and when I do that, I will also do my debt update. So stay tuned for that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in so that we can get started with this budget. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. The weather here in North Carolina is absolutely gorgeous, which typically happens. The weeks are beautiful, and then the weekends are rainy and miserable. So hopefully that won't happen this weekend because I have a lot of things that I need to do outside. Anyway, but so I could just chat all day. I'm kind of getting summer fever, I guess is the name. I know I am working summer school, but it's not quite the same as working regular, the school year. So I'm excited and looking forward to wrapping things up for this school year. All right, so May 30th is when this budget will start for the first week of June, and it will go through June 5th. All right. My hands are sore. I don't know if today me and my coworkers, we worked on 8th grade awards and certificates and all the things. And so I have written a lot today. So my hands are sore. All right. So getting started with our income, I will get my last paycheck for this school year. It will come out, and it will be it should be either May 30th or the 31st, one or the other, and it will be $3,115 and some change. Mr. P, we're expecting around $1,000, could be more, should be more, because he did have some overtime last week. And then other, we are expecting $295, and that will be just payments that the boys make toward their bills. All right, so this will be $4,410. And the first thing I do is I look at all of our expenses. Typically this is your four walls, but of course we have subscriptions and little things like that we also cover. So mortgage is coming out on the 1st, and it will be $1,115. I did mention in my June budget, the budget overview, that in July my mortgage will be going up $25 because of, escrow going up. But, I'm kind of thankful that it's only $25. All right, Progressive. That's our car insurance, is $297. And if that seems high, it's because we have 4 drivers on there. My son pays his portion, which comes out of the income that he gives us. And then my father-in-law and I and my husband are on there. I and my husband. That is not proper English. I'm sorry. My brain. All right. Microsoft will also come out for $19. And when I budget, I just round up. So the actual amount is, just a little bit less usually. Assurant, that's renter's insurance. My son also pays that. That's just what we do. We've had that exact insurance since he was in a dorm room, and then when he rented an apartment while he was still in college, and it was just easier for us just to keep that same policy and just change it as he moves, and he just pays us the $15 a month. All right, car wash, $43. And we have had one claim on this. just to FYI for those of you sending kids to college, I don't know how common it is, but we've dealt with theft in college where they broke into his apartment and stole things. And even though I think maybe it was some jewelry, like he had a gold chain and then some electronics and things like that. And the insurance ended up, giving us back pretty much most of the money minus the deductible. So it's worth it to have. All right, car wash. Okay, so that's all of these bills. So that's $1,489, leaving us with $2,921 to budget. All right, so next is our sinking funds and savings and things like that. Sinking funds, we will have $470 going towards sinking funds. Our last bit, I call it month ahead, which is not a great name for what this is. This is money that I've been saving since last August to go towards what I'm paying myself over the summer. I am a school teacher, and we do not get paid in the summers unless we work summer school or something like that, which I am doing, but I didn't know at the time I was going to have that opportunity. All right, savings challenges. This is more like for long-term sinking funds that I just do little games to save up for those. And so this section adds up to be $828, and that leaves us with $2,093. Okay, so then I'm going to go over here. This is where I pull money out for my wallet. So I move that total over here. That's what we have left in our income. So we have groceries, and this section, it doesn't change a whole lot. Groceries, we've pretty much stuck with $150 this entire year. I did try in January doing like a pantry and freezer clean out, and so I went down in January, but I mean, realistically, $150 is about what our family spends. Pet supplies, about $20 a week. And with groceries, this is just food and drinks. I don't count any pet supplies, household supplies, paper products, any of that in groceries. Grocery is food only. And anything left over, I put into like my Sam's envelope, because we do buy meat and things like that in bulk at Sam's. And so once that envelope gets full is about the time our freezer gets empty, and so we just restock it. All right, household, 20, Mr. P and Mrs. P and Miss P. And this is our spending blow money. All right, so I'm going to talk about this just for a minute, because I was reading the comments while I was on lunch break today. I didn't have time to respond to but just a couple of them. I'm looking, I've lost track of where I was at on my draft. And they said, if we could cut out or drastically reduce our blow money, then we could put a lot more towards debt. And that person was absolutely correct. We could do that. But I will say, we have gone down with blow money when months are tight and things like that. My husband works out of town every day, and granted, he packs his lunch most every day, but sometimes he is working from sunup to sundown, if that makes any sense. And he's a very picky eater, so the only sandwich he'll eat is a peanut butter and jelly. So a lot of this is spent on like food for him. And this is a huge decrease in what he would spend if he didn't have blow money. And when I say that, when we first started really getting into watching our budget, and I tallied up, calculated all of the food expenses that he was doing, and it was breakfast and lunches most every day, he was spending probably $75 to $80 a week. And this was before food prices and fast food went up so much like it is now. So we had to rein that back. So $30 versus what he was spending is a whole lot cheaper. Plus, I don't know, he gets little things here and there with his blow money. My blow money, I do get more than he does because he has subscriptions and things that he pays extra for. I do use my blow money to cover extra stuff that the family does because I don't usually spend my blow money on just myself. And so I'll use some of it for our savings challenges. I do put some of it into like if we have like a birthday and we need to go out to eat, I will help pay for that. When we've gone out of town, I've used it for that. I mean, yes, $60 a week is a lot of money. And but I typically it's realistically, I probably spend on myself maybe $20 a week. I have a lot of mine in savings, which I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. All right, anyway, Miss P, $20. She likes to go to the movies. She likes to go bowling with her friends. She's 13, almost 14, so I don't want to say no all the time, so I give her money, and I say no when the money's gone. So that's her limit, $20. Okay. Now, eating out, and we don't do a lot of eating out, but in June we do have several birthdays that we have to do, so I'm going to go ahead and budget $50 for this week. Miscellaneous is a new category, and I'm going to just put $10 in there, and that's just for any unexpected expense. Like, for example, we have a coworker who is retiring, and so we're going to all pitch in to buy food and things like that for her. I've already used my blow money to buy her a gift, but like if they collect money at work for something, I'll use, this is where this will come from. All right, and then unbudgeted. Hopefully nothing extra will come out. Okay, so this section is $420. And that leaves $1,673. And I don't mean to get to where I explain things so much, but, you know, it's just easier for me to explain things as a whole, like here, than, you know, a comment where I can't put as much thought into what I'm saying, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm going to the debt section. And we've got $1,673 left over. All right, so for debt, this week we have to pay the truck payment, which is $470. I do have a car payment, but it comes directly out of my check. So before I even get any money deposited, they've already paid my car payment. So that's why it's not in the budget anywhere. All right, Xbox. I do keep, like when we do our debt updates, I do talk about how much we still owe on the car. $39. Citibank is $20. Wells Fargo. Somebody gave me a fantastic idea, and I'm going to share it here just in case anybody else might not have thought of this, because I think it's a really good idea. Let me finish writing this, and then I will talk more about what they had suggested me to do. So this debt section is $692, leaving us with $981 to roll over to week 2. And we do roll over from week to week, and at the end of the month, we use all of the leftover money to go towards debt. Okay, so what I want to share is they suggested, because we're getting very close to starting to work on these 0% interest cards, and they said that what they do is what they pay the minimum amount due on their high or 0% interest cards, and then put tons of money that's going to be eventually paying these cards off into their high yield savings account, so that in the meantime, while they're saving to pay these cards off, they're actually earning interest on that money rather than paying these cards down month to month and losing out on all that interest that they can earn. And then once they have the money to pay the card off, and before the interest kicks in, they take the money out of the high yield savings account and apply it to the debt. So in the meantime, they've been earning money on all of that money they've been saving for the cards. Thought that was a genius idea, and I hope that somebody else can use that piece of advice, because I just think that's why I love this channel so much, is because I never would have thought of doing that if somebody hadn't mentioned it. And it's a great idea. What difference does it make? You're still saving to pay those cards off. You still don't have interest being charged to you, but you can earn interest on your money. So anyway, all right, so that's my budget. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my cash planning for this week. And all of these pages that I use are free to you guys, and they're in my Google Drive. And I try to link that Google Drive in all of my videos in the description box. So if you have a hard time finding them, just ask and I will help you get to where you need to be. Somebody said they had looked in my Etsy shop to purchase them, but they are free. I've made these all to share. And this it looks a little different. This used to be in a 2-page spread, but when I printed it this time, I made it 2 pages in one with my printer settings. That way I can see it all at once. It's just smaller is all. So this is my planning for our sinking funds. Now, this is like in a perfect world kind of thing. As the income comes in and changes, we do tweak the numbers sometimes. But this is pretty much what I plan on putting towards sinking funds and cash envelopes throughout the month. So I've got it broken down from week to week, and then how much each category is like designated money. All right, so then I have this cash planning pad, and I got this. I ordered this from the Aesthetic Dollar. She has some really nice things in her shop. I will link her below too. My wallet came from her. It was a Christmas present from my husband, and I purchased this, and then she threw in some freebies, and the teller slips were one of the things that she put into my order as a freebie. Guys, we have just dog hair floating. My husband has this kit that like vacuums the dog. It's meant for dogs. It's not a true vacuum, but it like de-sheds them, I guess. And so hair, because of that, is kind of floating in the air. I know that sounds gross, but you know, if you are an animal lover, you understand. All right, so cash planning, I've already got the categories written out just to save some time. I will go ahead and zoom in a little bit. For groceries, we are going to put $150, pets $20, household $20, Mr. P $30, Miss P $60, Miss P $20, eating out $50, gas $60, and miscellaneous $10. All right, going down to beauty, we've got $25. Family fun, I am going to throw $100, and when it's gone, it's gone. That's for the whole month of whatever we choose to do as a family. So about $25 a week. So if we decide to go to the movies as a family, that's that. Typically the movies would take more than $25 though. All right, medical $20. Or if we rent something, you know, from Amazon or something like that. All right, vet $10, pool supplies $10, car maintenance $10, and home maintenance $10. All right, then I have on this side garbage. Oh, you can't even see that. I am so sorry. All right, garbage is going to get its $15. That will be due it's $45 a month, and it's due in July. We pay it quarterly. All right, subscriptions $10, gifts $25, car tags $10, vacation $75, and home projects $100. All right, Christmas is going to get $50, savings challenges $58, and month ahead $300. And that's the last you'll see the month ahead until August, and it will not be called month ahead. I may actually do a month ahead savings, but it will be called summer savings. All right, so now I'm going to do the denominations because, you know, I want to be able to get the correct types of denominations so that it makes, you know, spending cash easier and saving cash easier. All right, so for groceries, I'm going to say $150 and 5 20s for $150. Pet supplies is going to be a $20. Household a $20. Mr. P a $20 and a $10. Miss P, I'm going to get 2 20s, 1 10, and 2 5s. Miss P, I'm going to go ahead and give her a $20. Eating out, the $50, I'm going to get 2 20s and a 10. Gas is going to get 2 20s, a 10 and 2 5s. And miscellaneous is going to get 2 5s. Okay, now we've got beauty, which is going to get a 20 and a 5. Family fun, I'm going to get a 50, 2 20s, and a 10. Oh, that's the wrong one. 10 is right there. Let me fix that. Ooh, whiteout is hanging out the end of that. All right, medical, a 20. Am I in the right? 20, yeah. Vet, a 10. Pool supplies, a 10. 10 and 10. Okay. Garbage, a 10 and a 5. Subscriptions, a 10. Gifts, a 20 and a 5. Oh, I'm still in the wrong. Sorry, guys. I really need like a ruler. Okay, hold on. This is a 10. Okay. So 10 and a 5, a 10. Okay, now back on track. A 10, vacation, and home projects. Okay, home projects is going to get 100. Okay, vacation. I'm going to do savings challenges for vacation. So let's see here. I'm going to do, let's do 120. Oh goodness, this is hard. I should have figured this one out before. 75 minus 20. 3 10s and 5 5s. Okay. All right. Christmas. I am going to do a 10. Okay, hold on. 50 minus 10. 8. Oh, 6. 6 5s and 10 1s. Okay. Savings challenges. I'm going to do 8 5s and 18 1s. Month ahead, I'm going to do 3 100s. And that is all. Okay, that was painful. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, so I've already added up all of this. Now I'm going to do the denominations, and they should equal $1,248. Okay, so I'm only getting 4 100s. So, well, 400s, so that should be $400. I'm getting 1 2 50s. Yay for even 50s. That's 100. I'm getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 20s is 420. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. 10s, which is 160. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 6 is 15, 28. 5s is 140. And 28 1s. All right, so if I add all of these, it should equal 1248. I hope. It just doesn't look like it will add up to be that much, but maybe it will. 420, 160, 140, and 28. Oh, right on the money. Okay, so that's what we will get from the bank tomorrow. Okay, so this is 400, 2 50s, 100, 21 20s, 420, 16 10s, 160, 28 5s, 140, and 28 1s for $28. So $1,248. Okay, I've got a question for you guys. Whoop, a question. Have you ever, because this hasn't happened to me yet, but I expected it to happen at some point. Have you ever gone to the bank and them tell you that they don't have all of the denominations that you've asked for? I've heard it happening to some people, and now that I'm getting kind of funky with the way I'm asking for my bills, I'm just worried that they won't have the ones I need. So I'm just curious, has that ever happened to you guys? Okay, my husband is literally peeking in the window like a peeping Tom. He went over to visit his dad while I was making this video, and I've gone longer than what I told him I would be, so he is waiting to come in the house and just kind of creeping outside by the window. So I'm going to wrap this video up and say goodbye. I've got Nick here in the candle, still covered in the black soot. I need to trim those little wicks off. I did notice though that I've trimmed the wicks like Karen from the Faithful Dash suggested, and it works like a charm. But sometimes when I clip them, they like fly out, and I didn't realize. And we've had pieces of like the wick in the floor. Then it got on the bottom of our feet. Then we tracked it all over the house. It's in the shower. It's everywhere. So be careful when you trim your wicks. Note to self. All right, guys. I'm saying goodbye, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.